Hello students, in the last class we have discussed in measurement and instrumentation, that is what is an error and what are the characteristics which is required to choose a instrument so that we can minimize that error. Our target is our measuring instrument should give the true value with minimum error. So we have discussed about the static characteristics, that is what do you mean by accuracy. I have discussed about the accuracy and its significance. Then precision, that indicates the repeatability and reproducibility of the instrument. Then we have discussed about sensitivity of the instrument, that is how sensitive your instrument is to changes in the input. And the third one is the fourth one is your resolution, that is your instrument ability of the instrument to detect a weak or a low strength signal, that is known as your resolution. So in all the cases we are not taking into account the time varying nature of the signal or time varying nature of the instrument. So in these characteristics we will talking about the time varying characteristics, that's why the name is dynamic characteristics. And in the last class I have told you that we are going to discuss about three important dynamic characteristics, that is your speed of response, fidelity and lag. Speed of response means it is the rapidity with which the instrument responds to changes in the measured quantity. It is the rapidity with which the instrument respond to changes in the measured quantity. So for example, you are riding a बाइक में एक स्पीडोमीटर होता है, जहाँ पे आप लोग देखे होंगे कि आप अगर मान लो स्टार्टिंग से 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर में आप गाड़ी को ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, तो आपका पॉइंटर क्या हो रहा है, 0 से लेके 60 किलोमीटर को अगेन मूव कर रहा है, सो दैट आप वहाँ से देख सकते हो कि 60 किलोमीटर पर आवर आपका गाड़ी ट्रैवल कर रहा है. तो इफ दैट पॉइंटर नीड्स ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम to move from 0 to 60 kilometer per hour, then obviously that kind of instrument we should not use for our measurement purpose. We want instrumental delay must be minimum. We want instrumental delay must be minimum, that is with a minimum delay we will get the output in the display. That is, here in case of, for example, in case of ammeter, we are giving a current, and how the deflection is occur, we need some mechanical force, that your electrical energy got converted into mechanical energy and your pointer deflect from its original position. But it takes some delay for the energy to convert, because electrical energy got converted into mechanical energy, and mechanical energy produces torque, so that your pointer got deflect. So that delay must be minimum, and that delay we said as speed of response of the instrument. So that is one of the dynamic characteristics of the instrument. Second one is fidelity. What do you mean by fidelity? Fidelity means faithful reproduction of the output. Faithful reproduction of the output without change in shape of the signal. So जो भी हम लोग इनपुट दे रहे हैं मेजर करने के लिए एक डिवाइस को, मान लो कि एक एमीटर को, फॉर एग्जांपल हियर आई एम ड्राइंग वन एमीटर and I am applying a time varying current signal like this, but after the measurement it gives the measurement of current, but it changes the shape. but it changes the shape. See, the input shape is like this and the output shape is like this. So this is not satisfying your fidelity characteristics. Fidelity means whatever input we are giving to the device for the purpose of measurement, the device should not change the shape of the signal. The device should not change the shape of the signal. So that is known as fidelity, and we the definition is like this, that is the faithful reproduction of the output without change in the shape of the signal. Faithful reproduction of the output without change in the shape of the signal. Then we will talk about another characteristics. So lag means some kind of delay. So if you are using an instrument and that instrument responds to change in input after some delay, that delay is due to some mechanical movement or due to some frictional error or due to some winding you used, for example your inductor or capacitor that produce delay, and this delay is known as lag, and that also affects your instrument reading. That's why it comes under your dynamic characteristics. So these are the three important dynamic characteristics, that is your speed of response, then you have fidelity, then you have lag. So lag is, it is the delay in the response of instruments to the change in measured variable. It is the delay in the response of the instrument. It is the delay in the response of the instrument to change in the measured variable. So these three characteristics are very, very important with respect to your dynamic characteristics. So till now we have discussed about the static and dynamic characteristics of an instrument. So static characteristics, you need to remember four characteristics, that is your accuracy, precision, resolution and sensitivity. Here in the dynamic characteristics we have speed of response, fidelity and lag. So now we will see another very, very important concept, that is your error and how error occurs. In the last class also I have discussed about this error. Error means deviation of true value from your measured value. Deviation of true value from measured value. That is deviation means difference. Deviation of measured value from true value. So here we can denote your measured value that is denoted as AM, then we have true value, that is AS plus or minus delta A. Here delta A, here this AS is known as true value. This delta A denotes your absolute error. And then this AM denotes your measured value. So this delta A, kindly remember, this is known as your absolute error. The significance of this absolute error, this is constant throughout your measurement. This is constant throughout your measurement. We will see while solving some problem on it that how this absolute error. सपोज मैं आपको समझाता हूँ एक छोटी सी एग्जांपल लेके कि व्हाई एब्सोल्यूट एरर इज नॉट दैट मच इंपॉर्टेंट विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू योर एरर एनालिसिस. सपोज एक रेस हो रहा है जहाँ पे मान लो कि आपका उस रेस में आप सेकंड पोजीशन में आए हो, तो आप घर पे जाके खुश होकर बता रहे हो कि मतलब मैं जो है कॉलेज के रेस में सेकंड पोजीशन में आया हूँ. तो इंस्टेंटली आपको वहाँ पे आपके पेरेंट्स को पूछना चाहिए कि हाउ मेनी पार्टिसिपेंट आर देयर who are participating in that particular race. अगर वहाँ पे आपको वही है कि आपका पोजीशन तो सेकंड है, लेकिन आप अगर मान लो कि 2 ही लोग पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब आप लास्ट पोजीशन में हो. ठीक है, तो आपका पोजीशन तो सेकंड है. मान लो 20 लोग पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे भी आप सेकंड पोजीशन में हो. तो सेकंड पोजीशन मतलब ये यहाँ पे आपको इंडिकेट कर रहा है एब्सोल्यूट एरर. बट कितने पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं तभी जाके ये एरर जो है सिग्निफिकेंस होगा. मान लो कि 100 में से आप सेकंड पोजीशन में आए हो और 20 में से सेकंड पोजीशन आए हो और 2 लोग पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, उसमें आप सेकंड पोजीशन में आए हो, देन ओनली दिस एरर हैज सम सिग्निफिकेंस. हेंस वी विल कैलकुलेट आवर एरर, दैट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज और रिलेटिव एरर, दैट इज हाउ मेनी कैंडिडेट्स आर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन दैट पर्टिकुलर race, how many candidates are participating in that particular case. So then only, for example, your ammeter measures 100 ampere of current, your ammeter measure 100 ampere current, but your error is plus 2 ampere. That 2 ampere is negligible in comparison to 100 ampere. But if your ampere is measuring 5 ampere of current and in that measurement 2 ampere of current is error, that means the error is significant. The error is significant or large, because you are measuring only 5 ampere current are getting 2 ampere of error. Are you getting my point? So in order to calculate the error, you always try to calculate the error in terms of absolute, in terms of relative error. So next is relative error. So relative error is nothing but this absolute error divided by true value. Always remember, the relative error is nothing but this absolute error divided by true value. This is known as your relative error. So if I multiply, then we have percentage of, if I multiply 100, then that denote your relative error percentage. If I multiply with 100, then another point, relative error percentage, note it down, relative error in percentage. How you are going to convert a fraction into percentage? Simply multiply that fraction into 100. So del A by AS into 100. So that is known as your relative error in terms of percentage, in terms of percentage. Then another type of error we are going to discuss about you. Please note it down, all the formula. I am going to solve one problem by using this formula. These are all mathematical parameters to calculate error. Then we have how to calculate percentage of error if you have given measured value, true value. So percentage error means true value minus true value denoted as AS, true value minus measured value which is denoted by AM divided by true value into 100. That gives you percentage of error if you have given true value minus measured value divided by true value. That also indicates your delta A by true value minus measured value. That indicates your obviously your delta A, that is your absolute error, divided by true value, that is your AS. Simply mathematically this is your delta A by AS into 100. That's why we are calculating percentage of error. So now we will solve one problem on that. Question is the expected value of voltage across a resistor is 80 volt. The expected value of voltage across a resistor is 80 volt. Question here, that is the expected value of voltage across a resistor is 80 volt. However, the measurement gives a value of 79 volt across the resistor. That means how we are measuring a voltage? Voltage always measured by using an instrument known as voltmeter, and the true value actually here is expected value, means the true value. The true value given here is 80 volt, but your due to some error in your instrument, that measured value comes across the resistor is 79 volt. Then what he is asking to calculate, that is your absolute error, then your percentage of error, then relative accuracy, and the last one is percentage of accuracy. Then how to calculate all these value? First question is find the absolute error. So please note it down this question, then I will calculate one by one. First we will calculate absolute error. So absolute error, how you are calculating, how you are denoting the formula for absolute error? Absolute error is denoted by del A, that is small change in error. Del A is nothing but true value AS, I am denoting true value as AS, true value or expected value, minus measured value. That gives you absolute error. Here this is the answer for your absolute error calculation, that is del A here indicating absolute error, AS here is expected value or true value. Here in the question we have given expected value. So first I am going to write that here, given expected value AS is 80 volt, and your voltmeter measuring your that is your measured value, which is equal to 79 volt. Hence, how to calculate absolute error? Absolute error is nothing but difference between expected value or true value minus measured value. So true value here 80 minus 79, which is nothing but 1 volt, which is nothing but 1 volt. Then the second bit is asking about percentage of error. So how to calculate percentage of error? What is the formula for that? Percentage is nothing but true value, I am writing that T dot V, that means true value minus measured value divided by true value into 100. That gives you true value or expected value, both are same. So I am writing here T dot V means true value minus M dot V, M measured value divided by true value into 100. Fraction multiplied with 100 gives you percentage. So true value here is 80 minus 79 divided by 80 into 100. So 1 by 80 into 100, 1 by 80 into 100, that comes into, the answer will be 1.25%. So the percentage of error is 1.25%. The next is relative accuracy. Relative accuracy. So how to find this relative accuracy? This is nothing but, first you need to calculate the relative error, then 1 minus that relative error gives you relative accuracy. That means, which is nothing but 1 minus relative error. I have already explained you how to calculate relative error and what is the significance, because all the error is calculated with respect to its true value. Absolute error is nothing but it doesn't have any significance with respect to error. It is constant throughout the instrument, but it doesn't have any significance. Hence, we always calculate the error with respect to its true value. With respect to means we are going to compare it with the true value by using fraction. So 1 minus, what is the formula for your relative error? Relative error is nothing but AS, that is your expected value, true value, AS minus AM divided by AS. So this is the formula for your relative accuracy. Relative accuracy. Relative accuracy is nothing but 1 minus relative error. So 1 minus, here AS given is 80 minus 79 divided by 80. So 1 minus 1 by 80, which is nothing but 79 by 80. 79 by 80 is the relative error, relative accuracy. Then the next question is how to calculate percentage of accuracy. Percentage of accuracy is nothing but relative accuracy multiply with that with 100. So next is percentage of accuracy, which is nothing but 1 minus percentage of error, which you have already calculated the percentage of error. 1 minus, what is the percentage error? That is 1.25. So this is 100 minus percentage of error, that gives you percentage of accuracy. Percentage always calculated with respect to 100. So 100 minus 1.25, which is nothing but 98.75%. So 98.75% is the percentage of accuracy of your voltmeter. So every time you will get 1.25% of error in your voltmeter reading while your voltmeter is measuring some voltage across the resistor or inductor or a capacitor. So this is it. Thank you. In the next class we will discuss about the types of error, and that will be the end of your unit 1.